everyone. It's me, Jenny Blaze, and welcome to another live recording of Bravo and Blaze with Jenny Blaze. I'm still trying to move my screen. I can't do it right now. But we are almost at the end of this 3-week live streaming series here on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch with audio available wherever you get your podcasts. Why is this window not working for me? Here we go. Sorry about that. We're live, so this is just how it's got to be. But we are here to discuss the Real Housewives of Dubai. Last night on Bravo, they aired season 2, episode 2, Friendship on the Rocks. But we're also going to take a look at the cast photos and hear the taglines, because last week was a premiere, but I feel like there was still a lot of Vanderpump, Vander Valley activity going on, and it really was stealing the spotlight from the premiere, I feel like, of Dubai. But if you are a podcast listener, you can always come check out the visuals here on YouTube. We also have an interactive live chat. I'm opening up that screen now. Feel free to engage. I will do my best to read as many comments in the chat as I can. Our YouTube channel is at Jenny Blaze. If you are watching us live on Twitter or Instagram, please consider joining us here on YouTube so you can be part of the chat as well. Just as a disclaimer, like I mention on every episode, we need to remember that this is for entertainment purposes only. This is not your source for world news. We do not condone bullying or any type of hateful behavior. We're here to connect with each other and discuss this wild world of Bravo. Make sure you subscribe, follow, share, like, comment, leave a 5-star rating, and follow us on social media at Bravo and Blaze. If you've gone through every single thing ever posted on Bravo and Blaze and you still need more, you can have access to bonus content by becoming a Patreon member or Instagram subscriber. The links to join are available in the show notes. I also want to make sure that I say thank you to everyone who has been listening, watching, and following along. Bravo and Blaze continues to grow way more than expected, to be quite honest. And it's all because of you all that are supporting. So I want to make sure that I reiterate as much as I can how grateful I am to all of you. But let's move on. Okay, today we are talking about Dubai. What's up, Dubai? Before we go into last night's episode, let's take a look at the cast photos. It's been a while. The Real Housewives of Dubai season 1 premiered in June 2022, and filming of that season started as far back as 2021. And thinking back, I feel like that was like peak pandemic era-ish, right? Anyways, we're going to go to these photos. So they reused all of the cast photos, which is totally fine because they were amazing to begin with. But I love that they seamlessly incorporated the new girl. And hi, Fuzzy Puff. Fuzzy Puff just said Caroline looks 22. It's impressive. Okay, we need to get to the bottom of this. I know that she's gotten some work done, but I feel like there is a mystery behind the calmness and just how unbothered Caroline Stanbury is, like, all the time. Like, what is that? Is she on medication or something? Like, is it from all the tiki with Sergio? Because I've been talking to some people in DMs about older women with younger men, and on Below Deck, Below Deck Med, the first charter guests were influencers, and I guess one of them was on MILF Manor, which is on its second season. Never heard of this show. I looked it up. I'm like, oh, maybe this is like the perfect show for women who are looking for younger guys, because I thought that was the concept. But then I read about it online, and turns out like these mothers and their sons go on this dating show thinking that they're gonna like split up and have their own like dating situations, but instead they're like all put together. And I haven't watched this, so this is just what I read on the internet. It may not be true, but the first thing that they had to do is like wear blindfolds and pick out like who their son was by feeling their chest. And I thought that was so weird and gross. And then the second season, I guess the fathers are in the dating pool now too. Like, it's wild. And I don't know if I want to watch that show, but what the hell? Let's go back. Let's go to these cast photos and taglines. First up, we have Caroline Stanbury. Her tagline is, "The only thing old about me, darling, is my money." And I have to say, I do like that tagline because season 1, that was a big topic. Her age was not only a topic with Sergio, her very much younger husband. They got married last season, on the first season. But Chanel Ayen and her, Caroline Stanbury, had this ongoing beef. And Chanel Ayen, her big thing was making fun of Caroline Stanbury's age. And I think even Lisa Milan's husband also made fun of her age. At one point, he's like, she's a 50-year-old influencer. I love a British accent. But yeah, I love Caroline's look. I know this is old. This is from last year, but it still looks so good. The way that they do everything for Dubai is on another level. I just love it. It just feels so much more opulent than like Orange County. The Orange County trailer did look good. We reviewed that yesterday, but I don't know, just the backdrop of Dubai looks way better. And even these cast photos, just like the gold, just looks amazing. And Caroline's dress has some shimmer going on with like the, what do they call that? Like the Invisa, that's not what they call it. The mesh neckline. There's a name for it. Man, I need to get like a fashion guru expert on here so that we can use the right proper terminology. But let's move on to Sarah Al-Madani. I love her. Her tagline is, "In the land of excess, I find my riches within." I feel like that's very on brand for her. I always love everything Sarah wears, and definitely in this cast photo, she's always covered and very like modest in what she wears, but she still looks like so sexy still somehow. It's amazing, quite frankly. But yes, I just love this dress. It has this like beading that almost gives it like these like a shoulder, an armor around her shoulder that's dripping. I love it. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about that because I sound stupid. All right, moving on. So our new girl, Talene Marie, her tagline is, "Take it from me, if you know how to stay chill, you'll never get burned." We've only had 2 episodes, but already it seems like that tagline really does sum up her personality. She seems really chill. And on the opposite end of that spectrum, we have someone who may not be so chill, Caroline Brooks. She says, "I may be building glass houses, but you'll never see me crack." Okay. After last night, I think we may have seen her crack. But just take note of how seamless Talene Marie's look is with the rest of the cast. even though they reuse their season 1 looks. I love it. Talene looks so elegant and graceful. She's got her hair down, coiffed, very like Heather Dubrow-esque, and she has a strapless dress with like a sweetheart top and just sequins going down with like that mermaid shape silhouette. She looks amazing. Her family is so cute too. We'll get into that. So next to Talene is Caroline Brooks. Oh wait, I already said that. I may be building glass houses, but you'll never see me crack. Okay, last night was interesting. Let's go to the next one. We also have actually Lisa Milan. I'm going in order of how they do the taglines in their opening, by the way, and these two should be switched. It should be Lisa Milan and then Chanel IN, but Lisa Milan's tagline is, "The desert might be hot, but I always find the shade." I like it. Frisky, sassy. Love to see it. Chanel IN, "I'm a child." I always hear that when I see her. I'm a child. That's what she was saying when she was making fun of Caroline Stanbury, which turns out in the season 2 premiere, IN said that turns out her mother is actually like way older than they thought. So Chanel IN might be older than Caroline Stanbury. But isn't that wild to not know how old your mother is or your own age? I feel like that's... well, actually, my mother, when she came from Korea, they put down, I don't know how this happened, but her birthday is the wrong year, or she's lying to me. And the chances that either are true are like the same. So I don't know, but she's not the only one. My other friend, I won't say his name, one of my friends from college, he's also Korean and he always had 2 birthdays. I'm like, "What is your birthday?" And he's like, "Well, my real one is in March, but my legal one is in April." And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? You can't have 2 birthdays." How did we get here? I don't know. Oh, Chanel IN. Okay, let's move on to this episode. I'm going to bring up the cast picture because they're so hot. They're just gorgeous. I love them. All right, Real Housewives of Dubai, Season 2, Episode 2, Friendship on the Rocks. The episode description is, Caroline Brooks continues to spiral over Caroline Stanbury's comments. IN launches a new business venture. Talene hosts a dinner party where Caroline Brooks doesn't mince words. Okay, so on the last episode, they had that beach lunch. Chanel IN and Stanbury seem to be becoming friends. Talene is the new girl who's friends with Brooks. There was Beyonce drama stirred up by Brooks to Talene, who called out Stanbury at lunch because Stanbury said, "Oh, I saw that she had a little topple and Sergio saw her vagina," or whatever. I need to go back and see exactly how she said it. But then Chanel and Sarah also had their own little side beef that didn't end well. But we start this episode with Talene and her family. They live on the Palm in Dubai. Turns out her husband, Ara, I think, he's a Nepo baby. His family built majority of Dubai. So, like I said, they live on the Palm. And turns out, according to Sarah Almadani, in her confessional, she said that mostly expats live there. And it's the ones who want to show off their wealth, I guess. Was that shade from Sarah? I mean, I feel like I wonder what the population is on the Palm. I want to know how many people live on the Palm. Like, what's their average, like, annual income per household? I want to know that. Anyways, Talene also has 2 children, age 1 and age 3. We see Sarah show up at Talene's, and Brooke shows up as well. They go outside and they're having their little powwow. On the other hand, across town or whatever, or maybe even another day, who knows, but production goes back and forth between the threesome at Talene. So Talene, Sarah, and Caroline Brooks. And then we have Caroline Stanbury, Chanel Ayan, and Lisa having lunch. And I was surprised that Chanel Ayan was saying that she didn't seem like she was too much of a fan of Talene. And I love Chanel Ayan. So to see that or hear that, I'm like, no, I'm really liking Talene so far. But she called her a bird. I wonder if that's going to come back like in the reunion or something. Be like, you called me a bird. No, I don't think Talene would do that. Oh my God, am I standing Talene already? I'm like, no, she wouldn't do that. I don't even know her. She's not a bird. Just kidding. Oh my God, what am I going to do if Chanel and Talene fight? I'm going to be upset. I don't like that. I don't like when two housewives that I like are feuding. But production, they go back and forth between the two groups and show the beef. They're talking about each other and classic housewives. I loved it. And they also talk about the beef between Sarah and Chanel Ayan. But then we go on to see the next scene is Chanel Ayan going to I Am Beauty. And I just can't help but love Chanel Ayan. She's just so cute. Everything she does, she's like, let me see. She's looking at the color. She goes, oh, we're going to be rich. Rihanna rich. I love that. She's just so fun. And her husband, Chris, it seems like he's doing a lot of like the back end business. While Ayan is really the face of the brand, and she has a partner along with her who has worked for Vogue and is, I guess, has a very good reputation in the industry. So I think I Am Beauty is going to do really well. And if you were at BravoCon, you may have seen Ayan's beauty line, I Am Beauty. Or maybe you even bought some. If you guys bought some, let me know. I need to get some. Yeah, I need to get some. I love how Chanel Ayan with her husband Chris, they're so cute. She just seems so I've been seeing a lot of like Instagram posts about like women being in their feminine energy, and they can't do that unless men are taking the masculine role. And I don't know if all that is true that I see, but I kind of felt that in this moment. And like almost anytime I see Chanel Ayan with her husband, I feel like he does really create a space for her to be, like vulnerable. And she seems almost like childlike when she's with him. And that makes me happy for them. Like that's the kind of relationship that I think is healthy. Well, at least for Chanel Ayan. I don't know how it is for Chris. But it's cute because she's like, should I write a letter to Sarah? And she said the last letter she ever wrote was 10 reasons why she should marry her husband. And I thought that was so cute. Ugh, so cute. Chanel says really good one-liners too. She said, I think God could have made me a prophet. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's joking when she says stuff like that. And that's the kind of humor I like. It's like dramatic, over the top, obviously joking, but like some people don't know. They're like, oh my God, you think you're a prophet? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm joking, relax. But maybe. The next scene we go to Lisa Milan's family. They're the cutest. So cute, it's sickening almost. Like there are 3 boys playing soccer with the British husband who's just like, yes, like, oh, Mike. He's just like loving it. And Lisa keeps calling him a stage dad. He's like, I just want to support them. Like, come on, dude. I wonder if they were all 3 of them were into knitting. Would he be the same? Yeah, right. And there was one thing he said that made me really mad. Because Lisa like kind of joined in and was like kicking the ball with them. And he goes, look, girls are good at football too. And I hated that. Like, Do you not know what's going on? I mean, I shouldn't talk. I never know what's going on, but hello. Yeah, girls are good at football or soccer, whatever you want to call it. What an asshole thing to say. I hope they address it at the reunion. I hope he's there. I hope Andy says something to him, but he probably won't. I love though that they're like Lisa's mom wants to live in Dubai, or they're trying to get Lisa's mom to move to Dubai, and she's coming to visit. I didn't know that Lisa and her mom were this tight to the point where her mother actually changed her work schedule at the hospital so that she could be on the same time zones as Lisa. Like, oh my God, that's so sweet and cute. I love that. And they even, when Lisa was talking to her husband, they even talked about getting her own apartment. If I was Lisa's mom, I'd be like, yes, I accept. Can I stay on the bomb? Just kidding. I don't know if that's like within their budget, but that'd be funny if she said that. And I'd like to go to Glass House once a week. Actually, I don't know about Glass House. Let's talk about that soon. But before we get there, Sarah and Chanel have their little lunch meeting. And Chanel gives her the letter. It's so cute. Sarah gives Chanel a little angel tchotchke. And Chanel is so funny because Sarah asked Chanel, did you write this all by yourself? And Chanel straight up lied to her face. She's like, yes. Meanwhile, production cuts to her writing it with her husband. Am I a Chanel Ayan apologist? I might have to slap myself out of that. I can't. I love her. Oh my gosh. I sobbed to Chanel Ayan at BravoCon. I love her. Actually, who else? I think I might have met this entire cast. I met Lisa Milan at BravoCon in New York. I met Stanbury, sobbed to Chanel Ayan, talked to Brooks many times. Does she still go on Twitter and go live on Twitter? Or X, whatever you want to call it. She would be on there all the time before. I don't know if she still does. Sarah Almadani, I met her at BravoCon in New York City, but then I actually sat down and like hung out with her for a little bit at the last BravoCon. I'm so sad we don't have BravoCon this year. And I don't know if Talene was at BravoCon this past year, but I wish I got to meet her. Moving on. Okay, let's talk about the Glass House. We see Caroline Brooks. That's her place. Her ex-husband built the place, and already it's only been 2 episodes, and she keeps talking about things breaking. This place is brand new. I find that to be alarming. Like, is this a common thing in Dubai with new construction? Or is this just a Caroline Brooks's ex-husband thing? Or is it all his business? Or is it just her because he's like, she asked me to do this and I had to do it as fast as I could? Like, I need to know more information on why are things breaking? They just opened. I don't get it. Like, I understand scheduling issues and management kinks that you need to get out or iron out to make things run smoothly, but I didn't understand the whole, like, this is broken, this is broken. But Talene comes in with her daughter, who's so cute, such a little diva with her purse. They're adorable. And in this scene, we hear Brooks say that Sarah is one of her really good friends. I love the subtle shade of Brooks' employee who tries to offer her some calming oil. I want to know what it's like inside the Glass House. Maybe Caroline Brooks should have a spinoff of her staff at the Glass House. It could be like Jerseylicious, but in Dubai and new, modern. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. Remember Tracy and Olivia? That fight in the parking lot when Tracy spit in Olivia's face? many years ago was that? That was like 2 or 3 decades ago? I still remember it like it was yesterday. I'll never forget. But yeah, we need to find out what's going on with the glass house. So Talene says to Brooks that she's hosting a party and she's going to invite Stanbury. Brooks immediately looks so annoyed by that. She's like, why? She treats you like shit. And like, did I miss something? Did we not see other times when Stanbury was super rude to Talene or something? Because if it's just that one comment that she made about Sergio seeing Talene's vagine at Beyonce, like, I feel like that's really not a big deal. Like, I don't understand Caroline Brooks right now. I was offended though when Talene and Brooks called Caroline Stanbury teethy. They're like, yeah, she's very teethy. I am too. I'm proud of my teethy face. Oh, at least Stanbury has nice teeth, so that's not an awful thing to say about someone, I guess. Anyways, moving forward, at Talene's party prep, Talene is talking about how they throw the most epic parties in Dubai. They go into the alcohol rules because this was a kind of a big topic last season. I feel like it's not normal for us to see any international housewives. So to have these Dubai housewives talking about like the assumption for a lot of us, I think, going into season 1 was that they're not allowed to drink alcohol at all. And like the first episode, they're all drinking. We're like, what? Are they breaking the law on camera? And I guess you need a license. And Talene said that you can order alcohol online now and that the rules have gotten much more lenient to cater to expats over the last, I don't know how long, maybe decade or whatever. I would like to see medicinal cannabis be legal in Dubai, and then I will be over there right away. Oh my gosh, this scene with Stanbury and Sergio was interesting. So first of all, I guess they're staying with a friend. I didn't know that they're staying with a friend, and they're taking up 2 bedrooms at this friend Michael's house. And apparently they're supposed to be there for just 2 weeks, and it's been 3 months. I'm sorry, but no. That is definitely overstaying you're welcome. And I hope they like paid him rent or something, because that's awful. 3 months of somebody crashing at your house. Ugh. Maybe they're really good friends. I don't know. But in the scene, Caroline starts talking about the college tour coming up for her daughter Yasmin, who said that she wants just her mom and dad to be there, meaning like Sergio wouldn't be going. This tour around the US is for 7 days. And Sergio is so upset about this. Like, he almost cried. He's like, I don't think I can do this. Like, my wife is going on a new honeymoon with her ex-husband. Oh my gosh, Sergio. How old is Sergio? I need to know his exact age. But what I did do is I had a poll for this because it's very clear and obvious that Sergio is quite attached to Caroline. We saw that last season, but it doesn't seem to be any better this season. And in this scene, I kind of felt really bad for Caroline because they have a dog, and Sergio's like, it's my baby. You could not give me one, so I got this one. And Caroline didn't say anything, but I was just like, oof, ouch, Sergio. Wasn't expecting that. I don't know. I'm like nervous about these 2. I don't even really like them, but I like am rooting for them. Also, I do kind of like Caroline right now. which is weird because she can be very cold. I think she's just naturally, she like gives off a cold type of energy and vibe to people. But for some reason, I'm like starting to like her. And I think it's because she's so unbothered. She's so cool and calm. Like nothing could faze her. We need to get to the bottom of this. I love that. I was dying laughing when she said, "It's not like I'm going to start a new family with him." She goes, "Even if we did, you could still live with us." And Sergio, his face, he's like, "Get the fuck out of here." He was so offended. And I thought that was so funny because, like, she's not being serious. Fuzzy Puff said, Sergio is a bit needy. I think his emotional age is 20. I want to see him go to therapy and like talk about his relationship with his mother because what? It's wild. And he says crazy things like, I can't wait to take care of you when you're old. Like, what? Anyways, I did a poll. I said, is Sergio's attachment to Caroline considered healthy? 9% said yes. 59% said no. 33% said, I don't know. I might be in the I don't know category because at first glance, I want to say no. Clearly, this is unhealthy, like how intense and how dependent he is on this relationship. However, knowing Caroline Stanbury's background, she's been to boarding school. She's not very like emotional or, there isn't a lot of public display of affection between her and her family. And so maybe Sergio's clinginess and highly dependent nature is a perfect fit for Caroline Stanbury. Maybe, I'm saying maybe. And if that's the case, like maybe it is healthy or maybe it is okay. I don't know. I don't know. Also, their age difference is quite significant. Just saying. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm sure that plays into a lot of the dynamics of their relationship. Anyways, let's move on to Talene's party. So Talene talks more about her parents. Apparently her parents are from Jordan. Her father is a lawyer. They live in both the US and in Dubai. That's like their families, they must be like living life. That seems so ideal, honestly, to live in two places like that. I want to be like that someday. But Brooks already is on one at this party. So don't forget, Talene is Brooks' friend. That's how she came into this group. And maybe that's why Brooks is feeling a certain way about this because she's very intense at this party. And she says, I don't even want to say hi to that bitch. Talking about Caroline Stanbury, all because she told people that Talene's vagine was out. It's weird. But Brooke seems even annoyed at Talene for wanting to be friends with everyone. Brooks is like, oh, she's like royalty trying to be, political and blah, blah. It's like, what is going on here? Like, she cares way too much. But Brooks even says Stanbury is a two-faced bitch at the party out loud to the point where her cousin, her date, even was like, be cool. Oh my God, I would have died if he said, be cool. Don't be all like uncool. Well, obviously, we see Brooks drinking at a decent pace. And when she finally does bring herself to say hi to Caroline Stanbury and Sergio, she makes a shady comment saying, oh, Talene, I hope you waxed your vagina this time. And you could tell, like, it was supposed to incite something. But of course, Stanbury's just so unbothered, like, I have a young boy or young husband. I wonder if that's like what she thinks in her head all day when she's just walking around smiling, looking like 20 years younger than she really is. Sarah even tells Brooks to stop. She's like, stop it. And Sarah even, they start like hugging. It's weird, but Sarah goes, I farted. And I was so taken aback by that. I was like, Sarah Almadani farts? I love that because it makes her feel relatable and like a normal person. We love a flatulence queen. Yes, Sarah. But we clearly see Brooks getting kind of tipsy. She's dancing. She almost seems obsessed with hating Caroline Stanbury. We also see Sarah Almadani get introduced to Talene's friend Daniel. Yikes. That was so uncomfortable. Why is Talene trying to set Sarah up with Daniel? We're going to swipe left there. Oh my gosh. But Brooks finally tries to extend an olive branch, a drunken olive branch to Stanbury, gives her a shot of tequila, puts her arm over Stanbury's shoulders, and Stanbury just like looks so uncomfortable, but still is maintaining this cool, calm, collected demeanor somehow. Like, what? How does she do that? I'd be like, can you get off of me, please? I don't think I could be cool still. And then she even gives her another, she's like, fine, let's go outside. They go outside. And already it like right off the bat, it's like not good. They try to hash it out, and right away when Caroline says, well, you told Talene that I said, and not Stanbury, Brooks is like, Talene, gets Talene, pulled to Jesse Lowley, Jax, come up here, which I appreciate. I hate when people go back and forth, especially when the person's right there, like, just come over here and let's all talk about it. But Brooks is so triggered when Talene just reiterates what Brooks told her, and Talene told Stanbury the same thing. Like, Talene didn't embellish anything, or it didn't seem like she was trying to like cause drama, but Brooks is like getting mad at Talene, and she goes, Caroline saying that your pussy hole was shown at the Atlantis Royale. And Stanbury goes, I've never used the word like vagina hole, like a 13-year-old boy. It was wild. I'm like, what? Pussy hole? Vagina hole? So I had to do a poll. Does anyone use the terms pussy hole or vagina hole? 4% said yes. I don't know who they are. 92% said no, and 4% said I don't know. So I'm going to take this as nobody says this. Sorry for the like one person or two people who said yes, but yeah, I've never said that before. But it's funny that they're arguing about it. Talene states the obvious, says there's tension between you guys. And Brooks gets mad. She's like, yeah, because I was defending you. I don't understand this logic. The way that Brooks is getting mad at Talene, Chanel and Sarah come out, and Chanel's saying this is ridiculous. It was funny. Like, what's the big deal? Caroline Brooks is definitely not sober. And Stanbury, in her confessional, oh my God, the shade. She said, I can't have a conversation with that. She looked like Jabba the Hutt. I was like, oh my gosh. But Brooks, the episode ends with Brooks calling Stanbury a dumb see you next Tuesday or something. Oh my gosh. On the next episode, I'm going to be on vacation next week, but we'll catch up the week after. Next week, Sarah has that date with Daniel. God. We need to Google him. Somebody find all his info. We need to do a background check on him. Lisa still wants her mom to move to Dubai, but it sounds like she may not want to move to Dubai and wants to stay in Miami. Brooks doesn't even realize she called Stanbury a see you next Tuesday. Stanbury and Sergio finally move out and have a party where Stanbury says, with a smile on her face, that she uninvited Caroline Brooks. And everyone else is like, oh, they're gasping. But Stanbury's just like, just so unbothered. She's just like, And I don't really blame Stanbury after how Brooks was behaving. It seems like some of Brooks's friends are trying to rationalize her behavior because of all of the stress she has from the glass house, which goes back to things breaking. So I don't know. Chris, are you into Sarah? I mean, I freaking love Sarah, but I hear things that I don't love. So I don't know. Remember, I don't know these people. I mean, I did have like a little bit of a snack with Sarah Almadani at BravoCon, but that doesn't mean I know her that well. So, I don't know. From my experience, I love her. Chris said Brooke seems a bit unhinged this season. I would agree with that, which is weird because she was saying that Sarah makes her calm. And then I think it was Talene. She's like, you're the calmest I've seen you in years. What? Caroline Brooks? What was she like before? Yikes. Watch What Happens Live. We had Lisa Milan and Tabitha from Tabitha's Salon Takeover. They asked some of the same questions that I did. Whose side are you on in regards to Stanbury versus Brooks? Caroline Stanbury versus Caroline Brooks. And majority are saying they're on Stanbury's side. They also asked on Watch What Happens Live. This was actually live last night too, by the way. But one of the questions was, is Sergio too clingy? And it was a landslide yes. I thought about this. And on Twitter, I was like going back and forth with some tweets with people. And I'm like, but do I like that? Why do I feel like I might like that? Maybe there's something wrong with me and Caroline Stanbury. We're the ones who are broken, right? No, I don't know. Wait a minute. Chris said, I heard Sarah had a girlfriend from Brooks, but we are meeting a boyfriend. Sarah has a girlfriend? And why isn't it me? Wow, that's some tea. I don't know if that's true. What else? They also did a poll. Would you rather live in Dubai or Miami? And it was 50-50. I'm telling you, having two homes is the way to go. I think Lisa Milan's mom should live that life. I don't know what her love life is like, but oh, Brooke straight out said it during her rooms on Twitter. I told you guys. I said this earlier. Caroline Brooks is always on Twitter talking. Oh my God, she said that about Sarah? And Sarah's like supposed to be one of her best friends? Oh my. I don't like people outing others. And I feel like that might be a sensitive topic for this franchise. Because isn't like homosexuality illegal in Dubai or something? Which doesn't make sense to me. I said this last year. I'm like, what are they going to ask me at customs? Like when the last time I hooked up with someone of the same gender as me? Like, how would they even know? Gosh, I don't get it. Oh my gosh, Chris. She said it coyly, but it was clear what the insinuation was. Oh, I don't know, y'all. These are my takeaways, though. Brooks is overly loyal to Talene, or she just wants to fight with Stanbury. And I kind of think it's that she just wants to fight with Stanbury, and I don't know why. Like, is there any beef between Stanbury and Brooks that we don't know about? I don't know. But Caroline Stanbury stays on brand. Unbothered. It's making me like her. I said that already. And also, I said that I'm loving Talene. I want to hear her sing. I want to see her write some songs, actually. She like has a really amazing resume, apparently. And she left everything for love. Love, guys. Oh my gosh. Chris has all the tea. Talene is A+++. Yes, she is. At BravoCon, Brooks was trashing Stanbury everywhere. I believe that. But why? Like, why does she hate her so much? It's not about the vagina or the pasta. They should call the next episode, It's Not About the Vagina. All right, it's time to wrap up here. I want to remind you all to make sure you subscribe, follow, share, like, leave a comment, and 5-star rating for Bravo and Blaze on YouTube. And wherever you get your podcast, don't forget to follow on social media at Bravo and Blaze. We've been live streaming every weekday on this 3-week live stream series. Tomorrow's live stream is still TBD as far as what time we're going live. So stay tuned. And then Friday's live stream will be rescheduled to Father's Day on Sunday. So instead of getting a cameo from you know who, you guys can watch my live stream for free. Look at that. Stay away from my father. I said this yesterday. I'm still disturbed by that. And if you guys don't know who I'm talking about Raquel, Rachel, Rocky, whatever her name is. But she's doing cameos. And she said it for Father's Day. Why am I so disturbed by that? Also, doesn't she have a boyfriend now? And he's a father? Maybe that's why she thought of it. I don't know. But make sure you're subscribed to Jenny Blaze on YouTube and following Bravo and Blaze on social media so you are updated when we do go live. Tonight, there is a below deck, never before seen episode with bonus footage and extended scenes, as well as a new episode of Top Chef, which I do not watch because I'm on an all-carb diet. Just kidding. If I watch Top Chef, I'm going to wake up bloated because I'll be eating until who knows what time. So, I keep saying this. I've been talking about Rami for since last week. I'm still trying to finish it up. It is not something to watch in front of children. That's why it's taking me so long. But it's on Hulu. I'm going to watch it tonight for sure, since I'm not going to watch Top Chef. So hopefully I'll get to talk about that tomorrow. But also, Billie Lee had tea on her podcast. We talked about that. I said, watch, she should have tea on her podcast after that crazy live stream on Friday. Excuse me, live interview on Friday with Up and Adam, Kyle Chan, and Victoria Lee Robinson, a.k.a. Tom Sandoval's girlfriend. Also, go check out Reality Ops on social media, but also Down to Reality, her podcast, because she released some information from speaking with Victoria. And she said in speaking to her, it sounds like she is coherent and lucid, but I didn't hear firsthand. Also, one thing she mentioned was that Kyle Chan's boyfriend was one of the people in the back behind the camera during that interview. I know people were circling, looking at the reflection in the picture to see if it was Tom Sandoval. Some people are speculating that there were 2 people, and I did get that confirmation about Kyle Chan's boyfriend beforehand, but I don't like releasing stuff like that first. Well, I'm glad somebody else did. I think there still is a question on whether or not there was a second person behind the camera during that interview, but Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. Who knows? Victoria also was posting on her Instagram stories saying, like, I miss you and I love you. I'm assuming in regards to Tom Sandoval. So, or they could be faking, but is he still in Scotland or is he done? Don't forget, they're playing The Traitors, my favorite show. So, I don't know. But hopefully, we'll get to all of those updates tomorrow. And that is it for today. We'll see you all tomorrow. Stay lit, y'all.